Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Okay, today we are diving headfirst into something pretty fascinating, something that's just exploded over on TikTok. Hashtag reality shifting. You've probably seen it. Millions of people, I mean literally millions, talking about trying to, jump into different realities. Maybe alternate timelines, maybe desired realities, or even fictional places like, Hogwarts.
Right. It's huge. The creativity there is amazing.
It really is. It's so imaginative, so vibrant, and it's clearly captivating, a whole lot of people. So that brings us to our big question for this deep dive. Is all this reality shifting just, fun fantasy, a kind of elaborate game? Or could there be maybe something deeper going on?
Like a real human impulse it's connecting with.
Exactly. And what if maybe the story of Phillip Ashling, what if that holds a key, like a missing piece to really understanding what's happening here?
That's a great way to frame it.
Yeah, and just to be clear, we're not here to knock the TikTok trend at all.
Right.
We find it fascinating. We want to build on it, explore those deeper layers of what shifting reality might actually mean.
It's about adding dimensions, not critiquing.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Oh, and quick note, this is part of our Waking Up in a Dream series, but hey, if you're just joining us, don't worry. Each deep dive totally stands on its own, so jump right in.
Okay.
Let's unpack it.
So maybe start with the TikTok side. How are people actually doing this? What are the methods?
Well, it's quite involved, actually. Advanced practitioners on TikTok, they're actively working on this. We see some really specific methods. There's scripting, for instance, really detailed scripting of the desired reality, or DR, focusing on senses, emotions, everything.
Right, like writing the scene you want to enter.
Exactly. Then there's the Raven method. That's a popular one. Often involves lying still, counting, visualizing very intensely. A lot of people use wake back to bed. WBTB. Waking up briefly, then going back to sleep, aiming for that REM state with a clear intention to shift.
And the Mason method, that often uses affirmations during the hypnagogic state.
That sort of floaty state just as you're falling asleep.
Yeah, that unique space between waking and sleep. It's seen as like a powerful window for suggestion.
Wow, okay. That's dedication. And it's clearly hitting a nerve, resonating with so many. Why do you think that is? What's the deep appeal here?
That's a really good question. I mean, beyond the specific techniques, the appeal is, it's got layers. For a lot of people, it feels like taking back control, you know, in a world that can feel pretty unpredictable. It's an adventure.
An escape, maybe, from stress.
It's definitely an escape element, too, from everyday pressures. And let's be real, it taps into something deeper, doesn't it? That wish for magic in our lives, that sense of wonder.
Yeah, cool.
But it's also important to, mention the potential downsides. Sometimes that intense focus can tip over into, obsession. And if it doesn't work as expected, that can lead to real disappointment. Plus, for some, the line between, say, vivid imagination and what feels like actual reality can get a bit blurry.
Right, which could be confusing.
Exactly. And that's why having some grounding, some mindful engagement, kind of like what we see with Phillip, becomes really important.
Okay, so that distinction is key. You're saying the longing to shift is valid, absolutely valid. But the actual journey, maybe it looks a bit different than just like instantly appearing somewhere else.
Precisely. The desire itself. Totally understandable, totally valid. And what we find when we look deeper is that there are genuine ways to explore different layers of reality. It might just be a more integrated experience, not necessarily leaving your current reality behind, but maybe expanding it, waking up within it more fully.
And boom, that's where Phillip Ashling comes in, right?
Yeah.
His story offers such a fascinating contrast.
It really does.
Because he's not trying to escape. That's not his goal.
Yeah.
Instead, he sort of wakes up inside his reality. Inside his dream world, specifically. He achieves this profound lucidity.
And just so we're clear, lucidity means he knows he's dreaming while he's dreaming, fully conscious within the dream.
Yeah. Imagine that moment for him. He's in this incredibly vivid dream. Everything feels real, but something's just slightly off.
A little glitch in the matrix, so to speak.
Yeah. And then, bam, that realization hits him, that little spark. Wait, am I dreaming? I must be. This is a dream.
And that moment changes everything for him. It pierces the illusion.
It totally opens the door. And then things get even weirder, right? His dream world starts showing, it seems.
Yeah, these fascinating glitches start happening, like seeing a fish pond suddenly appear in a window where it shouldn't be.
Or finding an endless hallway of doors that just wasn't there before.
Exactly. It's like the dream reality itself is hinting that it's not entirely solid,
Yeah.
that it's permeable, it's inviting him to question it.
Which leads to this idea of dimensional drift in the book.
Right. Dimensional drift, the idea that maybe waking life and dream life aren't totally separate boxes. They're more like porous dimensions. They can bleed into each other at the edges.
So it's not just remembering a dream. It's like the experiences can actually cross over.
That's the suggestion. It hints at this interconnectedness, maybe even you could say a kind of quantum entanglement between these states, where something in one dimension leaves a little trace in the other.
Okay, those examples from the book are wild, though. Waking up with a sunburn from a dream, or a green tongue from a dream ice pop.
Yeah, they're very vivid.
It's obviously presented as fantasy, as storytelling, but what's the metaphor there? What's it telling us about how these layers might really interact?
Well, I think it's a brilliant metaphor, actually. It suggests that the experience itself, not just the memory, can carry over. Maybe you wake up really feeling the emotion from a dream, or, like you said, craving that lime ice pop. It helps us imagine a reality where these layers are constantly, subtly influencing each other, maybe affecting our waking mood, our choices, even subconsciously.
Okay. And then Phillip meets someone in his lucid dream, right? This guide figure.
Yes, the metaphysician. This is a pivotal moment. It's not just a random dream character. It feels intentional. It's a threshold.
And the metaphysician says something really significant.
He does. He says, "Congratulations, Philip. You've managed to pass through the first gate of dreaming."
Wow, the first gate. That sounds serious.
Yeah.
Like levels in a game, almost, but more profound?
Exactly. It frames Philip's journey not as random jumping, but as a guided, intentional progression. It's about developing awareness within the experience.
So that's a key difference from maybe some of the TikTok shifting focus, where it's more of just getting to the DR.
I think so. Philip isn't just trying to arrive somewhere else without understanding the territory. He's learning to cultivate deep awareness, deep understanding of these states. He's engaging with let's say, the architecture of his own mind. It's about developing skill, intention.
Okay, so let's bring it back to the TikTok shifters. Their goal is often very specific, right?
Yeah.
Reaching that desired reality, the DR. Like becoming a famous musician in another timeline, or living in that wizarding world, or whatever their ideal scenario is. It seems very focused on that external shift.
It often is, and that raises a fascinating question. Where does the real power actually lie? Philip's stories suggest something deeper, maybe more empowering, that the real power isn't necessarily in leaving your current reality.
But in realizing that reality itself right here, right now, is flexible, alive, multi-layered.
Exactly, that it has this inherent flexibility. And Philip finds that by working with his inner world, his dreams, his thoughts, his perceptions, he can actually start to notice, maybe even subtly influence, his waking experience too.
Like finding the source code.
Kind of. It gives this profound sense of agency, not just escapism. So true reality shifts, in this sense, they aren't about ditching your current life. They're about expanding how you perceive and experience reality, becoming more of an active co-creator.
That's a big shift in thinking.
Yeah.
But, for someone really invested in just getting to their DR, talking about cultivating awareness might sound less exciting, less immediate.
That's a fair point. And this is where we can connect back in a really validating way to everyone exploring this on TikTok. What you're doing, it's already magical, seriously. The act of setting that intention, visualizing, trying to shift consciousness, that's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Philip's story just shows another layer, how bringing in that lucidity, that awareness, can make the whole experience even deeper, richer, more meaningful. It lets you ground the shifts, bring back insights. It's about enhancing the magic you're already tapping into.
I like that. Enhancing, not replacing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's the Oracle, another guide Philip meets.
Yes, the Oracle. And she offers some profound wisdom, a statement that sounds quite striking. You must learn to control your dreams, lest they control you.
Ooh. Okay, that could sound a bit scary, like a warning.
It could, but it's really not meant that way. It's not about fear. It's actually an incredibly empowering call to, self-mastery.
Wow.
It implies that our inner worlds, our subconscious patterns, fears, hopes, narratives, they have power. If we don't bring conscious awareness to them, they can kind of run the show in the background, dictating our waking feelings and reactions.
Oh, okay. So control here means being consciously involved, intentional.
Exactly. It means cultivating intention, understanding the narratives playing out, integrating the insights you get from dreams or shifts, rather than just being passively swept along by them. It's like becoming the director of your own inner movie, not just someone watching it happen.
So it's less about rigid domination and more about conscious collaboration with yourself.
Beautifully put, yes. Dreams, shifts, they are incredibly powerful tools for exploring ourselves, for growth, and lucidity, that conscious awareness during the experience. That's the key. It's what keeps these powerful explorations healthy, grounded, useful. It turns them into pathways for real self-discovery, helping you work through things, explore possibilities, and bring that understanding back into your everyday life.
Gotcha. It's about actively steering, not just passively experiencing.
Precisely. Active inquiry, not just passive observation.
Thinking about the TikTok trend again, sometimes the focus seems to be just on the jump, getting there, almost like flipping a switch, maybe without thinking too much about ripples or meaning.
The destination focus.
But Phillip's journey, it really hammers home that every shift, every dip into these expanded states, it holds meaning. And awareness is crucial to unlocking that meaning, right?
Absolutely. His story gives us this amazing kind of comprehensive blueprint for how to engage with all this shifting, lucid dreaming with intention, with guidance, and staying grounded.
And that blueprint involves tangible practices.
Yeah, things like dream journaling to spot patterns, setting really clear intentions before sleep, cultivating that kind of meditative awareness that helps blur the lines between inner and outer focus in a conscious way. It's systematic. It's about waking up within all layers of your experience.
So maybe this is a good moment to invite you, listening right now, to reflect a bit. Have you ever had a dream that felt incredibly real, like stepping into a whole other world? Maybe, just maybe, you've already been reality shifting in your own way, without even putting that label on it, tapping into that natural flexibility of your mind.
It's a fascinating thought, isn't it?
It really is, and we genuinely want to hear about it. Please head over to the comment section wherever you're listening. Share your own #reality shifting stories or thoughts.
Yeah, tell us. Have you had one of those hyper-real dreams? Have you tried any shifting methods? We'd love to know.
Definitely. And hey, if you enjoy this deep dive, please follow, like, maybe leave a review. It really helps others find the show and keeps you connected for more in our Waking Up in a Dream series.
We appreciate the support.
We really do. So until next time, keep exploring those layers of reality. The waking ones, the dreaming ones, all of them.
Stay curious.
You can find clips and discussions using the hashtags, #reality-shifting, #shiftalk, #lucid-dreaming, #dream-awakening, #Phillip Ashling, and #Lucid Journeys podcast. See you on the other side.